Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot, and I wanted to do something a little bit different today where I'm going to be doing a series of messages instead of piles, and you can kind of pick if the title of the reading like draws you in, or if you just feel like you want to watch all of them, that's totally cool. But I thought I'd do a little bit shorter messages, and we'll see though, you know me, how I'm always like long-winded about everything. But I wanted to use, I just got this new deck called Seasons of the Witch, Yule Oracle, and I was really drawn to this deck. So I wanted to use it in some readings. And so there are 3 cards here from this deck represented. There's 2 other from this Prisms deck, the Angel deck, the Moon deck, and a Moon card. And then we're gonna look at Tarot, okay? And Yule, of course, is around December 20th to December 21st. Every year, it is the winter solstice. It represents the shortest day of the year and the longest night, but it also represents the return of the light in the Northern Hemisphere, okay? I know not everyone watches from the Northern Hemisphere, but yeah, I wanted to get some Yule messages because Yule, the pagan holiday Yule, or if you celebrate Yule, is coming up in a couple of weeks here. So let's see what Yule messages Spirit has for you today. And if I call you pile number 1, don't shoot me in the comments because I'm so used to calling everyone pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. It's really pretty funny sometimes, okay? So let's go ahead and see the first card here. We have Hearth. May your warmth take in the gazing flame, upon the shivers they melt away. Okay, and it's so cool because I have like a fire crackling in the background, or at least it's like a picture from YouTube of a fire crackling in the background to get us in the mood. And what do you know? There's the fire right there. May your warmth take in the gazing flame, upon the shivers they melt away. And we have Wise Men, card 42. If it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose, okay? So wise men, wise woman, whatever you want to call it here, if it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. Wow. Wow, like winter, around winter, talking about, and I love the blue, like it almost looks like purple blue eyes there, and the familiar song within our soul, what keeps the fires, the home fires burning, right? If I would have lost that, I would have never found my purpose, is what this card is saying right here. So it's about keeping the fires within us alive during this time, okay? We have storm. As within, so without. There are storms a-coming, a change without a doubt. Okay, so some of you may be understanding that after 2021, there is going to be a change. Or you know that something, you can feel it. You can feel it when it's coming, right? You can feel the storm coming. And I want to read this card 42 for you guys really quick, and then we'll get into the tarot and everything else here, okay? This is the wise man or wise woman, whatever you want to call it here. I may want to read that, like you can feel it coming, right? Did you guys ever see that thing on TikTok where they say winds in the east? I can feel it coming, right? That just reminds me of this storm card. Here it is, keywords, gathered energy, challenge, and change, okay? For storm. There is a storm brewing on the horizon and it's headed straight for you. Don't be scared. I'm going to call you pile number 1. Don't be scared, viewer. When this card appears in a reading, you can expect massive change, upheaval, or a complete shock that throws you off your game. Such changes could be significant. Ultimately, these changes will bring about something positive, although it may not seem it at first. It may seem the universe is determined to bring you down. This couldn't be further from the truth. The universe is only taking away the things that have been holding you back, like the Tower, you guys, in the tarot. When the storm clears, you will find the clarity and the tools needed to rebuild and become stronger. Storm brings an ominous message, but there is always time to make the best of your situation. Storm guides you to hold on tight for the ride rather than trying to fight a losing battle. This is an opportunity to liberate yourself from the weight that keeps you stuck in one place, okay? Also, storm tends to come up when you are on the cusp of a spiritually significant shift. Change for you can manifest inwardly through the destruction of limiting beliefs rather than something external, okay? And then I'm just gonna look at this card 42 here with wise man, wise woman, whatever you wanna call it. Intellect, power, and conviction. There are times to be driven by the heart and emotion, but there are also times to use your convictions, your belief, and what you know to be right to serve as your North Star. This is one of those times. Pulling wise men is a sign that you need clarity of mind to navigate your situation. Do not allow emotions to color your judgment. Be decisive and take control of your situation. Pulling this card is also a sign that you're ready to step up and be the leader that others want to follow, okay? The wise man card may also represent someone in your life who has considerable power and authority. You are being guided, okay, if you do not have someone in your life who fits this description, you are being guided to find someone to call on for advice. Having a wise sage in your corner is always a good idea. All right, so for those of you that are going to know that there's a change coming and you can feel it, yeah, like having some people around you who can provide you with some really good advice and help you navigate these waters of change. Pile number one, I don't know why I'm calling pile number one, message number one. I don't know why I'm calling them the waters of change, but that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, and something about being comfortable in your home. Some of you guys may need to move, or you may be thinking about your home, or home is where the heart is, or just the fire that blazes within you, okay? And yeah, you guys feeling like things are shifting right now in your reality, all right? We have protection. Yeah, when a storm is coming, when there are situations that are falling away and are leaving your life, it's a time when there does need to be a lot of protection around you. And I feel I'm going to call you pile number one. I feel, viewer, that there is a lot of protection around you, and something that feels like that it was very locked up in the past is, I feel like you're like letting it go. You're letting it go. And remember, as we always say, like rejection is divine protection, and the wise ones know that, okay? We have creativity. So Spirit really wanting you to focus on keeping those creative fires burning right now in your life. And if there's a situation that needs to change so that you can honor your creativity, then it will be happening in this winter season, okay? And Spirit really wanting you to have a place where you can express yourself and where you feel protected so that you can engage in your creative activities without, feeling like you are not in a place that feels safe to you, I feel like, okay? And let's see what else we have. I accept and create more flow and pleasure in my life. Yeah, talking about flow and pleasure for you in your life, even if changes need to be made and certain people need to fall away from your life or certain situations need to be gone at this time. We have choose a new direction. Okay, so Spirit is telling you it's time right now to choose a new direction for your creativity, for the familiar song that echoes through your spine, so it is never lost. Pile number one. We have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. And with the Hearth card here, with the home and feeling safe and feeling protected during times of upheaval and change, and times when you are really focusing on your purpose. I'm going to call you pile number one again, viewer here. I feel like also this storm is redirecting you to a new direction, and it is going to be better for you. It really is. And during this time, Spirit wants to tell you, like, this issue, whatever you've been facing, I also heard running from, pile number one. If you feel like you've been running from something and you weren't ready to accept something, I feel like Spirit comes to provide this protection from this storm, okay? But at the same time, it's like Spirit is also initiating this storm, but will be protecting you through it. We have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So we have Taurus and Cancer energy. And yeah, what this is doing, I feel like, is it's clearing energy for you so that you can be in a safe place to come up with your next goals and what it is that you really, really want to do here. Okay. And, you know, a practical plan is always appreciated, and certainly talking with this card about logic and rationality, right? And just because we come up with a practical plan doesn't mean we're going to lose out on our creativity either. And also Spirit talking about here, when you're going through times of great change, if you can do some planning ahead of time, if you feel that there is a change coming on, if you can do some planning ahead of time, that is going to help you get through this phase. All right. There may be somebody too that has like very wise advice for you at this time as well. Okay. So this is actually, like, it started off ominous, but I feel like this is actually better for you in the end. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some tarot here and see for the viewer, what does, on this Yule holiday, what does Spirit want the viewer to know, please? What does Spirit want the viewer to know? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, a change is a-coming. I can feel it in the air. There is no doubt, all right? And you know it's true. You know it's true, all right? And it may feel chaotic. That's why this whole needing of a practical plan is important. And finally reaching a resolution on something about what it is that you're going to do is also important, okay? So yeah, I mean, definitely talking about some chaos energy with the Wheel of Fortune. But if you're staying grounded within yourself with this Hearth energy, and you're getting really good advice too about the next steps here, okay? So like being thrown into the storm with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Let's see what else here. We have the Ace of Wands, creativity, of course. Creative chaos, creative chaos. And this is like choose a new direction, Ace of Wands. Okay, this is about meeting your passion like head on. Like, this is what's important to me. This is what I want, even if it causes something in my life to shift on a really, really big level. I know I am divinely protected. And I know, like, the Ace of Wands too is all about accepting and creating pleasure and flow as well, because the Ace of Wands is the root of the powers of fire. Okay, and that the powers of fire and the root of creation of fire is in your hands right now, Kyle. I'm going to call you. Just excuse me on that while I break my habit, okay? Let's go ahead and see what else Spirit would like to say. We have the Ten of Wands, okay? Yeah, there's an easier path. There's an easier path, I feel, here for you that doesn't, you know, I mean, there's always hard work involved, right? But I feel like Spirit is saying, choose this new direction. The one you were going in before was like exhausting you, and it didn't. And if you really go into your core, I also feel like it didn't feel right, because maybe you were doing the bulk of the work in this situation. Yeah, and it brought you a lot of sadness, okay? It really did. It really did, okay? It brought you a lot of sadness, and it felt like no matter what it is that you did, that there was really nothing there was nothing you could do that would change the outcome of something, is what I feel. And this to me is like very like stuck energy, and it makes us feel that we have to work 10 times harder only to be disappointed, right? And so Spirit is aligning you to a new path here and bringing something to an end for you so that you can be freer and more liberated, is what I feel, okay? And yeah, so Spirit is just saying, like, Gone are going to be the days when you feel like your efforts are not being appreciated, or no matter what you do, nothing is happening, okay? So the energy had to be like shaken up here, I feel, in order to kind of point you in this new direction. Let's see what else. What else from Spirit? We have Ace of Swords. That's 2 aces. Choose a new direction. It's like very, very obvious, right? And the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So new ideas, new inspiration, a totally new path opening for you that is way better than this situation that has felt very, very locked up and not very pleasurable, okay? And it's not a good feeling to throw all of our energy into something only to have it ruined or to be totally disappointed, okay? Spirit is pulling you from that path by mixing things up here and allowing you to have some different new excitement into your life, all right? Let's see what else. One more here. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, and again, I feel like the Queen of Cups is this hearth energy, and it's this very like loving, kind, warmth, psychic energy here, but I see what you guys are balancing. And Cancer again, right? So somebody here may have Cancer heavy in their chart, or a Cancer moon, or have Taurus in their chart, or there may be something about your home and what's changing and shifting, and how the place you've been in just hasn't been productive to you in the way you want it to be. And with the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups, I feel like you're being given a lot of realizations and downloads about, you know, about the situations, people, and places in your life right now. And also like feeding your inner temple is what I'm getting here. Like feeding your inner temple with the truth, with the things that are actually like, that are actually deeply true for you, right? It doesn't, your own personal truth is for you, and you don't have to justify that to anyone else. Like what's true for you is true for you, okay? And it's 10 o'clock on my clock right now, number 10 here. And I feel like Spirit is giving you guys the chance to have some really powerful revelations coming up in the next couple weeks. And also, there may be somebody here who is giving you some very intentional advice that helps you to like just wake up. You're like, okay, I was in a trance. I was in like the trance of the moment, or I was just focusing on my feelings, maybe to a fault here. And Spirit is saying like, we are going to wake you up, okay, with this Ace of Swords. And there's a lot of like rational energy coming for you, I feel here. And it really is awakening, all right? And you're seeing the truth. You're seeing the truth about a personal issue in your life, okay? And it's gonna make you choose a new direction, is what I feel. And if you haven't been able to see this because you've been so focused on other people, caring for other people, caring for their feelings, worried about how they feel, instead of like lifting your head up and seeing the truth, I feel like that's where the storm comes in. But it's protection, okay? It is divine protection. So thank you so much. I hope that that reading was valuable for you, and I hope that you got some clarity from it. And if you enjoyed the reading, you can like the reading, you can subscribe to my channel. I do have another channel where I do a lot of love readings, relationship readings on that channel. The link to that channel is in my description box. Thank you so much for being here, and best of luck to everyone. Take care.